I just recorded this whole video and didn't press video. So here I am with take two. I'm on a walk and I was just thinking about the first time that I wrote a story. I sat down to write a story and really wanted to write the story. My son was asleep. It was my writing time. I put on the kettle. I made myself some tea. I had my notebook. I had my pen. This was the mid 90s, so there wasn't, so much internet time. And I started to write. And what I quickly became aware of was how if I told one aspect of the story, I needed to give information about another aspect of the character's life. If I wanted to tell, you know, this aspect, I had to explain where that person was from and what da 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 da. So what I didn't realize, and where I think a lot of writers get stuck, and you may be one of them, is in over-explaining, giving too much information, so the story starts to get bogged down. Now, what to do? You've got to give the reader information, but you don't want to overdo it. So this is really a call for understanding that writing is a craft and a skill. So building your skill at giving the information in really deft and interesting ways. So it may be through a word choice or it may be through a brief backstory, but there's lots of skill involved in actually writing something that feels really fluid and doesn't or you're able to recognize kind of the over information and unwind it and re-render it in interesting ways. So if that speaks to you, just know that it's not like a deficit on your part, that it is a skill, that you can build it, that writing is a craft, and seeking out the tools to help you move your story forward is really critical to get you out of that place of stuckness where you feel like your story is just becoming this ballooning thing that you can't, these brambles that are here at the beach, just going on and not kind of making sense, or it's weighing down the pace is been monopolized by the information. Now, something else can happen, and that is under-explaining, selling your story because you don't give enough information. And again, this is an issue of skill. So it's an issue of skill and it's an issue of going deep. So both of those aspects, whether you're an over-explainer or an under-explainer, or sometimes you do each, which often writers do, know that it is a skill and that you can build the skill and make your story shine.